loading up with some fertilizer. That's urea. Go in the air drill, powered by the bud right here. We're seeding all this right here. I was just filling up with fertilizer, and this rain cloud here decided to come over me. So fortunately, I just finished filling, but this truck doesn't have a tarp. Thankfully, there's a building right here on our property. So I went ahead and ran the truck over quick, got the door open, and put it inside, because fertilizer, urea especially, doesn't like getting wet. And when it does, it gets clumpy. So yeah, nick in time. Good deal. We bought this property a couple years ago. Came with this building, we had to put a new roof on it. But it's got our ice fishing house in it. Really old Dodge truck back there and our old spray pickup. You guys haven't seen this stuff. I'm gonna do a equipment tour one of these days and I'll show it all off, so stay tuned. I can already see its little pieces there have already started to stick together just from that little bit of rain I had. Yeah, I'm gonna get a tarp for this truck. Plus I shortened the bed, so it's gonna have to be a custom tarp. How's that for a lawnmower? That's our doorstop. Another thing when we bought this property, kind of interesting, is it came with a concrete house. Take a look at this real quick. It's seen better days, as you guys can tell, but these walls, pure concrete. No bathroom, no plumbing, no furnace. Well, I guess there's a gas furnace right there, I take that back. No forced air ducts or anything. One bullet hole that made it through the wall right there. Isn't that amazing? And there's a neat old dash out of something. I don't know what that's out of. It's actually in fairly decent condition. Everyone's taken their attempts at putting holes through the wall with a high caliber rifle, and a couple have made it. Okay, I gotta fold the auger back up and then get back to seeding. Here's what I did last night, you guys can tell. This is about a 300-acre piece we're doing here, so it'll take a couple hours. We'll finish it up though. My dad's in the other bud. You can't see him, I'm sure, but he's way off that way, right over there. So he's working on that side. I'm gonna be working on this side, so we'll do it. There it is. There's a kernel right there. See if we can find another one. Might be a little deeper than I'd like. There's another one right. Oop, there it is. There's a couple more. Okay, I gotta finish augering what's left in this pan up in there. And then once this is done cleaning out, I gotta turn the fan on. I'm gonna run a little bit of product through the drills, and we're gonna check all the openers here, make sure wheat is flowing evenly. Leg arm just stopped by. It is raining lightly from that thing up there. Not much, it's gonna be done in a second. So it was a good thing I got that truck in the building when I did. So what I just did is I just turned the fan on in the cart. I ran the product meter for a little bit. It ran out a bunch of product on the ground. I'm gonna check every one of these, make sure there's seed and fertilizer on the ground. So I just walk along it here like this. Just kind of keep an eye. If there's not a splotch of product on the ground underneath the drill, then it's got a plugged run somewhere. My blockage monitor will tell me where the plugged runs are, but I like to just make sure, confirm it. It looks good. Picked up a little bit of barbed wire here and get that off of that. So how this baby works, it's got 3 rollers and 3 tanks. Seed, fertilizer, fertilizer. And it meters it out at the rate we have pre-chosen. So the fan then here takes massive volume of air and blasts air through the rails here, which then drop down into the manifold. So as the product releases the manifold, this whole part's pressurized. That pressure then pushes the product through all these tubes right here as it branches out to each manifold. Each one of those manifolds then distributes each individual seed and fertilizer, whatever product you're putting through, and it breaks apart and goes through all these tubes, which then run down to all the openers, as you can see. All right, let's get to work. Got a seed. All right, we're rolling. Tires are moving. RPMs are cranking. And seed is going in the ground. So right here is my blockage system. Those are all my runs right there. 8 manifolds. Everything's green. Green is good. This number right here, 806. That's basically just a a number provided by how much product is going through. That's a good number. I like it right there. This is my monitor that controls the cart, so I can turn the tanks on and off, increase the rate, lower the rate. My fan's 3,500 RPM. I'm doing 2 tanks right now. Seeds at 73 pounds an acre. Fertilizer is at 100 pounds an acre. Right here is my Trimble system, steering the tractor straight. I've got the tractor in a gear that'll provide me with about 1,800 RPM and about 5 miles an hour. This thing's got way more power than it needs, so if I wanted to, I could put it in a higher gear and run the RPMs lower, but then what happens is my open center hydraulic pump loses some of its volume, so I just keep it in this gear. I'm gonna stop for a second and we're gonna move a truck. Looks like Toby just joined me. Hey, Covers. Leg arm's gonna take me over. We got a grain truck parked way over here on the edge of the road. That's got our seed in it. We want to take that truck and put it over here by this building. Okay. This one's got the seed in it. See, oh, it's got the tarp on it. Never mind. Never mind, it's tarped. We're gonna get some air built up in this girl. Fortunately, this was pea ground last year, so it's been rolled. It's really smooth, and it's easy to drive across. All right, I'm just gonna park it over next to the building where we put the fertilizer truck. That way it'll be available when someone needs seed here, which will probably be my dad first, then me. It's really pretty out right now. The clouds are beautiful, as you can see. The sun's shining bright on the white paint on the tractors. I'm gonna go fly the drone for a bit. Leg arm took over the tractor, and then I'll get back to the tractor once I'm done flying the drone. So I'm gonna burn a battery up. But I gotta give this to my dad. It holds the iPad for the blockage monitor. And it was in my butt. I already have one in there, so he needs this one. So I'm gonna give this to him once he turns around right here. Just looking at the tracks here, I'm pretty sure my dad lost a shank. Gonna take a look, see if we can find which shank is broke off. It must be missing one somewhere here. No broken shank. Turns out the press wheel's pulling the furrow over on that one spot there. There's seed in the ground, so it'll be fine, but we got to move that gang over a few inches. So I'm gonna go get the drone. First gen Mavic Pro, that'll work. And my old phone I used to fly with, that'll work too. Well, I had all sorts of problems with my phone. My LG G6 for some reason doesn't like the new app for the DJI, so I have an old phone, I had to update it, get a new battery, all kinds of stuff. Basically, it took me a while to get the drone in the air, and I missed a lot of the cool clouds. There's still some good ones, but so I'm gonna get back on the bud and let Leg Arms get back to his pickup. Just finished for the night. There's my dad. He's letting me pass because this bud goes faster, a whopping 3 miles an hour faster than his goes. I am ripping. 15 miles an hour. Okay, just got back in the yard. I'm at the fuel tank. We'll fill this baby up with fuel in the morning and then figure out where we're gonna go. My dad's coming around the corner right there. You can see his lights. So yeah, I'm going to bed, get a shower, and then start this in the morning. Okay, another day, let's do it. Gotta get fuel and fix a couple things. Horsepower to pull this air drill. That ought to run me till the end of season, so about 4 days. There we go. And we're gonna top the tanks off. Going pretty far, the farthest field in the farm, so we'll top everything off, make sure I'm loaded up. That way we don't have to run the trucks over right away. And we're off to the races again. When you're pulling a rig this big down the road, you gotta do the zigzag. Left and right. And that way you can see if anybody's behind you. Otherwise, they just gotta stay back there. Okay, we're rolling. We had to go all the way across the farm. We're on the opposite side of about 10 miles other direction. But the bud's running good. Everything seems to be happening the way we want it to. Not as much moisture in the ground as I would like in this area, but there's a lot of rain coming, so I think we'll be okay. Looks like my dad just brought the other air drill over. They had to do some work to it this morning, but I think it's good to go, so he'll enter this field and work with me in it. And while I'm in this field working, I got leg arms over here in the 844 John Deere wheel loader, and he's cleaning up some rock piles that have been in this field since we bought this property a number of years ago. We've always meant on moving them, so he's taking that pile right there in the distance and he's putting it right there in an alkali bottom there. We'll never be able to farm, so hopefully he'll have that done by the time I get over there. Leg arms is still hard at work moving that pile over there. He's putting down the bottom over here. Getting closer and closer to him. I think he'll have it done by the time I get there. There's all the rock that leg arms moved. Look at that. There it is. We'll take care of those rocks someday. I just saw a hose came off one of the boots, so I'm gonna fix that. Gotta find a hose clamp in this tool. All they take is a hose clamp. Pretty simple, but the hose clamps occasionally come off. When they do, then the hose pops out. So not the end of the world, pretty easy to fix, just a tool and a hose clamp. Climb on here, I just saw this. Hole ore through this tube here. It's thin on this side right here. I don't know why that's there. It must have been a hose off another spot that we moved or something, because there's nothing here for this to rub on. So I'm gonna duct tape it up a bunch. There we go, all done. This is the steepest hill on the farm we have to go up, this road. It doesn't look like it on the camera, but it's pretty steep, so I'll just put her in a low gear and grind up it. Yeah, making her snort a little bit. Got a load of fertilizer, and now going down the hill. Best way to do this is just keep it in a low gear and let it grind down the hill. This doesn't have brake brakes, so all relying on brakes and rather than smashing gears, trying to ride this thing out. I like to just get to the bottom, put it in a low gear, and grind up to the top. First, and then we'll fill the other one up. I just had a freak out moment. I remembered in an hour I got to speak at an elementary school in front of a bunch of kids about farming and show one of the videos that I made. Whew, thank God for reminding me. Okay, I gotta go. Oh, wonder where they're going. Okay. I'm at the school. I'm not gonna be doing any filming inside though, just because I probably have to have parents' consent. So, but let's do it. Let's talk some fourth graders. Okay, mission accomplished. The kiddos are educated, I guess. So yeah, they ground some wheat. It was kind of fun. I would have videotaped in there, but yeah, I don't want any parents upset at me. So all right, let's go back to farming, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Back from speaking to the fourth graders, and meanwhile, Dad and leg arms here have been seeding, and pretty much we're kind of at a point where we're not sure if we want to see more winter wheat, because it hasn't been raining. They keep forecasting rain. It isn't raining. There's not a lot of moisture, and the pea ground that we were going to plant, well, the pea stubble's kind of tough to get through. I tried harrowing a little bit of it. It kind of helped, but we might just wrap up winter wheat and just call it good. We have about 1,000 acres in, and that could be all we do this year. So we're going to figure it out. If we do more, you guys will definitely know.